Hi Virgo, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Virgo, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your key to the week this week is the Temperance card. This week, quite frankly Virgo, it does feel to me like there's something that is slightly amiss or out of alignment for you. And the interesting thing is, I get the sense that you already know this. It's not like I'm telling you something new. It just feels like you can't necessarily put your finger on it. One of the things that I would say as well this week, please look after your health. I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice, but the reason I say that is because it may be the feeling that you're having that something is off, or where you feel like you're out of alignment, is probably, not probably, it may be because you're not at optimum health. And sometimes when we feel like, when you feel like you're getting a cold, you don't have any of the symptoms yet, but you just feel like, I'm not quite, I'm, a little bit out of sorts. This kind of feels like that. So check in with yourself on a health level this week. Go see your doctor, go see your homeopath, go see your herbalist, go see a chiropractor or osteopath, whatever it is. I'm all for the all natural healing, as I'm sure you know by now if you've been with me long enough. I bang on about it all the time. For your actions and options this week, you've got the Knight of Wands. Sagittarius season is going to be very interesting for you guys, and it looks like it is coming up in some way, shape or form. For those of you that have children, especially considering a teenage Sagittarius, they may need your support this week in ways that they haven't necessarily verbalized or vocalized as yet. So if you have a Sagittarius kid, check in with them to see that they're okay. Specifically your teenagers, 13 up to and including like 19. For you personally, right, this week you've got to get into this idea of more fun, more enjoyment. What are you really passionate about? Where is it that your passions, the things that you really love to do, have taken a back seat? The Knight of Wands is really saying to you this week, I need more of this. You need more of this in order to get back to that moment. And for some of you as well, this might literally feel like your work-life balance is not there. Maybe maybe you've had to be like that for a while, where you've just been on it with whatever you're doing for work. This week kind of suggests that you need to ease up on that. For your communications and conversations, you have the Six of Wands. This is some great news coming in for all of you in some way, shape or form. What I love most about it as well is that this week you are there's going to be an opportunity where you get to pat yourself on the back this week, where you can stand back and say, you know what, that was good work. And it's going to be echoed by your peers, your colleagues, your boss, your employees, maybe all of the above. There's something this week that feels like it's almost like whatever it is that transpires that is great has been led by you. And this week there's the recognition for it, but there's also, like I said, right, there's you tapping into this moment where you can say to yourself, actually, I've done pretty well, right? You've got to own it this week. I think that will alleviate a lot of the challenges, right? So for those of you that work for somebody else, again, your boss, your colleagues, your peers, this week it's like you're being congratulated, but you're able to take the win, right? Usually Virgos just say, yeah, thanks, and they continue on with what they're doing because they don't really like the limelight. This week it's like you're able to say, actually, no, you know what, I'm going to take the praise for this because I work really hard on it. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this week feels like there's going to be a second shot at the apple. Something that maybe hasn't worked out for you, something that maybe you put a lot of time and effort into that didn't go ahead. looks like it might be up for review or back on the table in some way, shape or form. This could be really exciting for you, and it might be something that you expected all along, but you know, at the time was kind of like, oh, you know, that's frustrating or annoying. But yeah, very interesting nonetheless. And then for those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this week I would put your time and efforts and energy into things that are really going to not only fulfill you, but also things that actually feel like they're worth your time. Just because you're retired or no longer working doesn't mean that your skills are suddenly, you know, worthless. You know, quite the opposite. So this is, take a moment this week, if you're retired or you're no longer working, take a moment to really redouble that idea that whatever it is that you're good at, whatever it is that you're known for or have been known for in the past is still relevant in some way, shape or form. You just need to figure out where. For your money and materials, you have the 9 of Cups. So whatever you've been diligently working on behind the scenes, maybe this big idea of yours, whatever it is that you've been doing, this week you kind of get a small payout, not the full hit. This could be, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen that film Brewster's Millions. Very funny. I think it was Richard Pryor. Anyway, to cut a long story short, he gets given this huge lump sum of money and he has to spend all of it in order to get his real inheritance, which is something ridiculous like 10 times that. So it kind of feels like this week, whatever you're getting is just a little, it's like a nice tasty little glimpse, but it's not the whole thing just yet. For those of you, for when it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your feet, your ankles, and possibly including your lymph system. So if you are feeling sluggish and stuff, you know, and you're, you know, obviously your official medical practitioners tell you that it's okay, this would be a really good week to go for something like lymphatic drainage massage, you know, or yeah, anything in that kind of field. I think this week you would really benefit from. For a select few of you as well, this might be even something like energy healing. When it comes to your home and environment, sorry, I had to really think about that one there. This Mercury retrograde is going to be interesting. I'm telling you, I can already feel myself stuttering and it's just gonna, there's been a few slips of the tongue and yeah, it's just, we're going to see. Yeah, when it comes to your home and environment, this could be great. It looks like somebody that you've wanted to see for some time could be stopping by. This could be somebody making a surprise visit that really warms your heart. For some of you as well, this could literally be you welcoming something or someone new into the home. So maybe you're having to host somebody for, you know, for a short while, you know, and it begins this week. For your love and relations, you have the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands in this space, yes, it can be talks and decisions about a move. For some of you, you may have found the home, the forever home, or the place that you want to go to. This could also be a week where you and your partner may somewhat be slightly at odds, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, because it looks like you're both really voicing your honest opinions about something. It just feels like that's gonna, you know, it might have you kind of saying, right, okay, well, you know, we really need to think about what we're doing. You know, I don't see any breakups here, so please don't worry about that, but just consider what's happening right now. And then when it comes to those of you that are single, look, there are going to be a multitude, but I was going to say multitude. This is what I'm talking about. There's going to be a multitude of potentials and possibilities this week. I just don't feel like any of them really get you as yet. So if you're a single Virgo, don't fret if none of the tons of options that become viable this week don't fit. It's just because they're not for right now. It doesn't necessarily mean that there's not somebody else right behind them. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.